Paula Metzler and James P. Mulley Jr. My name is Christopher Chichester. I have a 26 Sanders Farm Drive in Penfield, and I have never committed a crime. This is a Freedom of Information law that I will continue to send to you. It's blank. You're going to receive this document from me relentlessly because I'm demanding information that you are legally obligated to provide to me. This is Freedom of Information law that is not blank and is attached in PDF. I'll read the simple language for your simple minds. Freedom of Information law. The name, charge, and sentence of every defendant in Penfield Town Court before John P. Lomenzo Jr., James P. Mulley Jr., and Paula Metzler. What is not to understand, you two hacks? Now, given your age and your inability to make a distinction between legal and illegal, right and wrong, justice and injustice, I'm going to read this again just for you. Freedom of Information law. The name, charge, and sentence of every defendant in Penfield Town Court before John P. Lomenzo Jr., James P. Mulley Jr., and Paula Metzler. My name will be on there. What is not to understand about information I'm demanding that is a public proceeding inside a library? Do you know you're inside a library, Junior and bald-headed Paula? Did you call the sheriff's office today? They're going to be here tomorrow? Because it's December 16th at 11:25 p.m. and they're going to be banging on my door. They're going to be losing their minds. I hope you called the sheriff's office and you're coming. I hope you concocted new crimes for me. Because what you two are thinking is we need to get his ass again into Penfield Town Court, adjudicate him guilty without a prosecutor talking, without a jury, and send his ass to jail. Good. Because the United States Department of Justice will be informed of yet another abridgment of civil and constitutional rights. So, bald-headed, wig-wearing Paula Metzler, what's not to understand about this language? What's not to understand about this language, Junior Mulley? You should be able to understand this language. And I'm going to be demanding from you, Junior, documentation about how you handled the case of Jermaine Benman with Jessica Wagner of the District Attorney's Office. He's the violent thug that snapped my head back. I appear before your corrupt hack, John P. Lomenzo Jr. Even though he snaps my head back, I go to jail, and this violent thug walks right out the door because of you, Junior, and Jessica Wagner. I'm working on that right now. I already got 1,000 words. So, it's going to be short, YouTube. What time is the sheriff's office going to be here tomorrow? What time are these fanatics, degenerates, and sociopaths going to be banging on my door? I'm going to read this again so you can understand the language. It's very simple. Freedom of Information law. The name, charge, and sentence of every defendant in Penfield Town Court before John P. Lomenzo Jr., James P. Mulley Jr., and Paula Metzler. Click reply to this email and send me a list of every single defendant in your nauseating star chamber of Penfield Town Court.